Thank you and welcome everyone to tonight's the final regular board meeting of Los Altos School District Board of Trustees for the 2025-26 school year. Call our meeting to order. A recording and or broadcast of this meeting is being made at the direction of the board, which may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. If technical difficulties occur or persist, the meeting will continue without broadcasting. I'll now take roll. Brandon?
Here.
Jim?
Here.
Stella? Here. Brian? Brian's
not here.
Okay. I shall insert KM here, and with 4 we have quorum. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Would any board members like to provide comment on tonight's agenda? Okay, comments, can I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Brandon. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Stella. Motion to approve tonight's agenda as presented was made by Brandon, seconded by Stella. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Closed session report. No action was taken in closed session. Superintendent's update.
All right, a few things as we wrap up this school year. Thank you to everyone. We had a couple of attendees last Tuesday for the preschool graduation, and then we all got to celebrate our 8th graders graduating from junior high, our 6th graders promoted onto junior high. It's just always a fun day of reflection and celebration. I also wanted to let you know that I just found out Friday that we were selected to present at the Ed Leader Promise Innovation Conference, also known as EPIC Conference, this coming November around our work with deeper learning. So we're excited to head out to that conference in October and share all that we've been doing and share that with other folks, which is terrific. We did have round 2 principal interviews today. And I am very happy to be able to announce someone in just a couple of days. So before we're thrilled, but we're just working on timing of communication. So later this week, we will send something out to staff and to families introducing our new principal, but we're very excited. I also wanted to let you know on the real first day of summer, even though teachers technically did not work Thursday or Friday, many of them are working Thursday and Friday of last week. So I consider this our real first day of summer. We had 20 LASD teachers here, and they're here for a 2-day deeper learning experience with our own Sarah Gerlinger, who they spent the entire day and will be back tomorrow. Thinking and learning about how students have changed over time, and have they really changed, and what has changed, and how does education need to respond. So I wanted to thank Sarah G for designing this immersive experience, and just the 20 teachers who elect to come to work and to learn on their summer days off. So that's absolutely fantastic. And then we'll just end with our ESY, our extended school years started today. We have a program here at Covington for students who really require summer instruction. If anybody would like to come and visit, it runs now until July 2nd. So let me know and we can arrange a visit. It's a half-day program, so they're out by the afternoon. Let me know. That's it.
Okay. Moving on to our consent calendar. Are there any questions from the board on tonight's consent agenda? Okay, seeing none. Are there any requests for public comment? Nope, seeing none. Public comment is now closed. Would any board members like to provide any comment on tonight's consent agenda? No. Okay. In that case, may I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
Second.
Was that Brandon? Okay, sorry. Thank you, Brandon. Motion to approve tonight's consent calendar as presented was made by Stella, seconded by Brandon. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. And I moving on to employee requests to address the board. We don't have anyone from the Teachers Association. Kim Fletcher from the California School Employees Association.
Was just gonna say thank you for a great year, but also take the opportunity to acknowledge all the amazing employees that are gonna continue on working for this summer. So glad you mentioned ESY. That is one that like many students really do need, and it takes people raising their hand who are willing to work this summer. Yes, they're paid, but because it's a half day, you're spending all these weeks supporting students who aren't necessarily students you work with. We're really grateful, but I also wanted to call out many employees who are not CSE members, but make it so that we can do our job, particularly Sandra Bush. Often it does not get us recognition, but she picks up the phone every single time you call her and she'll figure it out. But Carolyn and Farhat and Carol, all in the district office, just really, if you call them, they're also going to figure it out for you. I've had times where people are all on a conference somewhere and I don't know who to call, and they will walk around and find somebody for me. They really do go the extra mile. They're always so helpful when you call. They'll give you whatever you need. And so we just really have a lot of great people. Kim Albright picks up her phone at 7 p.m. for you. If you can't get Power School to work and you're working when you're not supposed to, I'm so grateful for that. We have such a collaborative team and so many people who worth acknowledging all they're doing, and they're going to keep working all summer for us. So we come back in August ready to go. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Kim. Mighty. To provide public comment on an agenda item, speaker cards are to be submitted to the superintendent. Speaker cards will not be accepted once public comment begins. Your name will be announced when it is your turn to speak. I don't know why I looked up at the audience. I read that last sentence, but who knows? Community comments. This time is reserved for members of the public and employees to address the board on items that are not on the agenda. The board is not permitted to discuss or take action on non-agenda items, except to instruct the superintendent to review the matter further, report back to the board at a subsequent meeting, or place the matter on a future agenda. The board may make a brief comment or ask clarifying questions. Do you have any public comment? Okay, very good. Public comment on non-agenda items is now closed. Moving on to action and discussion items. The first one are 2026-27 local control and accountability plan.
Yes, this evening, the district's local control and accountability plan is here for the board for action. Last meeting, we provided a presentation, and so all of the documents are attached here. We're happy to take any questions that you have.
Thank you. I should say if anyone would like to provide public comment on this agenda item, to submit a speaker card. But are there any clarifying questions from the board? Yeah. Okay, are there any requests for public comment? Public comment is now closed. Would any board members like to provide any further comment on this agenda? In that case, may I have a motion to approve the 2026-27 local control and accountability plan?
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
One second.
Thank you, Jim. Is there any further board discussion? Nope. Motion to approve the 2026-27 local control and accountability plan was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. On to district budget. The 2026-27 district budget. If anyone would like to provide public comment on this item, please submit a speaker card now.
Sure. Last Monday night, we had an opportunity to review the district's budget. It also supports the goals of the LCAP. And there always has to be a public hearing. It can't happen at the same meeting. So tonight is the adoption of the actual budget and LCAP. Public hearing report happened last Monday. And tonight we're here to schedule adoption. It is a great news. We have a positive certification. It was developed all using the state approved criteria and standards, which is all the lovely forms in your full packet, which is attached here. And that the recommendation is to adopt the budget as presented. And then we basically attach the previous presentations attached as an appendix to the from us. So any questions, happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Eric. Are there any clarifying questions from the board? Okay, I see we have one request for public comment from parent. Eric, let's give parent 3 minutes, please.
Hi, thank you for having me. I just wanted to mention that when I was looking at the budget for LASD, your cost, I'm referring to last year, but maybe changed a little bit. It's about 26,000 per student for your industry kids. But it looks like the amount that you transfer to BCS kids, if you average by the divided by like 900 industry kid, it comes out to about 15,500 per kid. So essentially, BCS kids save LASD around $10,000 per student if those kids were going to the neighborhood school of LASD. So then essentially that's about like $10 million that just a single math that I'm doing. So I just wanted to bring that number out there to the public because there's just always these outcry of BCS costing LSD a lot of money, but it looks like BCS and district kids are saving LSD a lot of money. So thank you. You would have to pay a lot more to support those kids that they will go into your school district.
Thank you, Karen. I highly recommend if anyone has questions about school funding to reach out to a board member or our superintendent and talk to us directly about it. School budgets are incredibly complex. Public comment is now closed. Would any board members like to provide any comment or further discussion on the district budget? No? Oh, Sarah,
Yes.
please.
I sure would.
Thank you.
Eric, could you remind me again? I know you've done the calculation before, but and we've estimated if LASD had another extra 900 students, how much do we think that would cost us in terms of, the number of teachers and staff we would have to hire to support those students?
When we did this calculation about a year or two ago, it would maybe be $5 or $6 million extra for the extra staffing to do that.
Thank you. And the expenses per student, it's aggregated across both our general education and special education students, is that right? But actually, if you were to separate out the two groups, then you would see that if it were general education alone, it would actually be less.
It'd be far less.
Yeah.
In fact, in your new highly anticipated budget book, we have some calculations that cost of the special needs students about 90,000 per year versus the general education students roughly 26 roughly.
Well, the 26,000 is including the special education students, right?
That's the base wages for a general education student. If you include that rate plus the additional cost for special needs students, it's about 90,000 per year for a special education student.
Thank you so much for your work on the budget, but by the way, it's my favorite summer read.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you for asking those clarifying questions. I appreciate that. Any further comment on this agenda? Okay, in that case, we have a motion to approve the 2026-27 district budgets. Thank you, Brandon. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any further board discussion? Motion to approve the 2026-27 district budget was made by Brandon and seconded by Jim. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. On to resolution number 25/26-19, authorizing budget transfers between major accounts and the year-end transfer to balance the budget as necessary. If anyone wants to provide public comment on this item, please submit a speaker card now. There.
Sure, this is a routine item. We do a single resolution that allows us to transfer and balance all of our budgets for the current year for 25-26, and then also for all of next year. But then we also will bring it back at first interim and second interim as a continuing resolution to do so. And this is resolution 25-26-19 to allow the business office staff to balance the budget.
Perfect, thank you. Are there any clarifying questions from the board? No. Are there any, no, public comment? Okay, public comment is now closed. Would any board members like to provide further comment or discussion on this item? In that case, may I have a motion to approve resolution number 25/26-19, authorizing budget transfers between major accounts and the year-end transfer to balance the budget as necessary.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Brandon. Any further board comment or discussion? No, okay. Motion to approve resolution number 25/26-19 was made by Stella, seconded by Brandon. As this is a resolution, we'll take roll call vote. Jim,
Yes.
Stella?
Yeah.
Brandon?
Yes.
I, Shally Cirque, also say yes. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Our next resolution, number 25/26-20, Education Protection Account.
Sure, this is also another routine year-end item. This is Proposition 55 took effect on January 1st, 2018. It actually expires in 2030. And it was Prop 30, then they changed the name to Prop 55, but it was extended. The district has a resolution required to do that, and also talk about what is our expenditure plan. We use the Prop 55 funds, Prop 50 funds rather, for our school psychologists. And attached to the resolution is the actual expenditure plan. The revenue we received is $649,000, and then the expenditure will even out as well. So this is an annual item, and we're asking the board to approve this item. It's an action item, adoption resolution 25/46-20.
Thank you, Eric. Any clarifying questions before I go to public comment? No? Is there any public comment on the same item? Okay, public comment is now closed. Any further board discussion? Okay. Then may I have a motion to approve resolution number 25/26-20, Education Protection Account?
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
No.
Thank you, Jim. Any further board discussion? Nope, okay. Motion to approve resolution number 25/26-20, Education Protection Account was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. With a roll call vote, Stella?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Brandon?
Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. Ooh, another resolution. Number 25/26-21, establish temporary interfund transfers.
This is also a routine item. In the past years ago, because we're gonna have to do a tran. But we've been able to have positive cash flow and not have to borrow. But in case there's a draw on our cash in the bank, or there's a delay in receiving tax receipts from the county assessor's office, it's a routine item. It's what we're asking to approve. Any interfund borrowing, the interfund borrowing must be paid back within the same fiscal year. And it's a action item, resolution 25/26-21.
Thank you very much. Are there any clarifying questions from the board? Were there any requests for public comment? Marcy, okay, public comment is now closed. Any further board discussion? No, okay. Then we have a motion to approve resolution number 25/26-21, establish temporary interfund transfers.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. You have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any further board discussion? Nope. Motion to approve resolution number 25/26-21, establish temporary interfund transfers was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. Brandon?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Stella?
Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion passes unanimously. Thanks, everybody. Appointment to the Northwest Special Education Local Plan Area, or Northwest SELPA Citizens Advisory Committee.
Yes, so tonight we have, we're asking you to appoint 2 members to the CAC. We have 3 qualified candidates for 2 spots. While not required to be on the CAC, so this is a parent advisory group to the Northwest SELPA, the Special Education Local Area Plan. While not required to have a child with an IEP, staff feels like it really brings an element of more direct experience to be able to provide that input and advisory role to the SELPA. So tonight, the staff is recommending that you approve Darren Chow and Jessica Kwan, who of the three candidates who are all very qualified are the two that do have students participating within our special education program.
Thank you. Are any clarifying questions from the board on this item? No. Are there any requests for public comment? Oh, great, thank you. Public comment is now closed. Any further board discussion?
When I read the applications, I just thought that all the candidates seemed highly
Very
qualified, and
qualified.
Amanda Short has,
Yes.
served
Leadership
and
role.
in a leadership capacity, and so I'm just really grateful also to her service. I think I didn't realize at the time that her student didn't have an IEP or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Is it the belief of the educators that having, or that a person without a student in the IEP program might be equally or more qualified because they don't necessarily have have the emotional component of their own family being impacted?
No, I mean, the role of the CAC is a parent group that comes together to do a variety of things. It includes like spreading awareness around children with disabilities in general, providing guidance to the SELPA or advice to the SELPA on how they can better include families who are participating in the special education programs across the county. So having that firsthand knowledge is kind of what the staff is prioritizing in the recommendation.
Good question. Any other questions? Did I take public comment? I don't remember. There's no, thank you. Sorry, I just did not remember. And Sandra, you're recommending Jessica Kwan and Darren Chow, correct?
Correct.
Okay. No further board comment? Okay. Then we have a motion to appoint Jessica Kwan and Darren Chow to the Northwest Special Education Local Plan Area Citizens Advisory Committee.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any further board discussion? No. Okay, motion to appoint Jessica Kwan and Darren Chow to the Northwest SELPA Citizens Advisory Committee was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion passes unanimously. Congratulations, Jessica and Darren.
And thank you to Andy Short, who
Oh,
has
yes,
done this
yes.
work for the last 2 years.
Our next item is employment agreement renewal for consulting services by Randall A. Kennedy.
Sure. Randy Kenyon has been helping the district supporting the San Antonio campus. This will be the last year we'll be bringing this to you. As we're getting very close to not needing Randy services. We're still working out a couple mechanics with Federal Realty with the notch and some things like that. So Randy's been helping support us. Very minimal amount of help, but any help is always appreciated. And Randy's very knowledgeable, has a lot of background with Federal Realty. So we're gonna ask the board to approve this agreement for consulting services for Randy Kenyon for 1 more year.
Thank you. Are there any qualifying questions from the board on this item? No? Okay. Are there any requests for public comment on this? Thank you. Public comment is now closed. Any further board discussion? Okay. In that case, may I have a motion to approve the consulting services agreement renewal with Randall A. Kennedy?
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second? Thank you, Brandon. Is there any further board discussion? No, okay. Motion to approve the consulting services agreement renewal with Randall A. Kenyon was made by Stella, seconded by Brandon. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Delegation of authority for San Antonio campus.
Yeah, this summer, there might be a possibility of a few consulting services contracts that might come up that we might need to approve before our next board meeting, which is August 3rd. So we're asking the board to approve a delegation of authority to allow Senator McConaughey or designee to approve any contracts that might come up between now and August 3rd. And if we enter into agreements, we'll bring them to the board for August 3rd for ratification. So it's an action item to approve this delegation of authority.
Thank you. Are there any clarifying questions before I go to public comment? No. Okay. We do have one speaker for public comment, parent. Let's please have parent 3 minutes.
Hi, I'm here again
Hold
to,
on. Okay,
here I am again to urge you on the slowing down of the 10 site. And so this delegations the summer seems like you're speeding ahead. Based on your report, the budget report, from 2015, you guys have 4638 students. Your projected 3305 next year. That's 1,333 students less next year. And since 2022, you have been right sizing. You have cut around 61 less staff. So why are you like fact tracking this 10 site? Your enrollment is down. You don't meet the 10 site. And and based on Prop 39. Prop 39 requires a school district provide facility only for in-district shortage students. According to BCS evaluates facility rights solely based on district enrollment. So based on the district data, BCS 900 LASD students are not receiving the reasonably equivalent facility required under state law. BCS and district students should have access to approximately 27.3 acre and 118,773 square feet of breathing space. Instead, they are served about only 11.6 acre and 73,000 square feet across the beginning block campus. This represents 42% less land and 61% less building space than that should be provided. BCS have accepted the compromises for years to partner effectively with the district. So focusing on BCS out of district, also ignored as the itself enroll more than 170 students in the district, making criticism more deflection. So anyhow, my point is that you have 1,333 less students in the last 11 years, and you have been cutting staff. Stop fast tracking this. You're wasting taxpayer money. Around $500 million. And once you put BCS where they are, you cannot force BCS to move. Like BCS have the right to refuse. So I think LASD should focus on improving existing site and work with BCS, because according to your master facility plan meeting, you talk about building things can be done over the summertime for 3 months. That means building can be built offsite and then preparing the foundation. And you can do that with the existing site for BCS, and then you don't need this 10 site. Save that to improve your school track, your Egan track, your black track, all the facilities over there. So stop wasting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're urge any member of the public to reach out to board members or staff or administration if you have any questions about school facilities. It's an incredibly complicated topic, and it would be wonderful to be able to clarify the misinformation that's out there.
So I do want to clarify for you all, when you have community comments such as G, because they're not agendized, you can't directly comment on them. The items that are agendized, you can discuss and comment on, clarify, whatever, because they are agendized topics. Just to clarify that for the board, the difference between the two sections of public comment.
All right. Public comment is now closed. Is there any further board discussion on this item? Bella?
Yes, well, I, for one, am very pleased that the work on the San Antonio campus seems to be on track so far. Fingers crossed that it stays that way. We are still fully expecting BCS to be the first occupants of the school when it is built. And we're still expecting that to be in the fall of 28 for the 28-29 school year. And, when that happens, our 6th graders can move to Egan and Block. And I've, actually received some questions from the public on this topic. So I did want to take this opportunity also to clarify that we intend to remove any excess portables from those two campuses, but because the BCS in District 900 students would not fit on the San Antonio campus, we are planning to keep some of their students at Egan, but there would no longer be BCS students at Block, and the board has made this decision in past meetings. And you know, as you could see from our last meeting, we had the developer fee justification study, which also indicated that despite declining enrollment, we still have insufficient facilities, and we do need to provide facilities for 4,300 students, but we only have buildings for 3,500 students. And so I very much believe that this school is necessary. I'm looking forward to it being built. I'm happy to authorize you to fast track it this summer. And, you know, and I also wanted to point out that for the past 12 years or so, we've been under a facilities agreement with Wallace Charter School. So there hasn't been a Prop 39 offer or judicial review of a Prop 39 offer during this time. And so, you know, our current facilities agreement is set to expire, I believe, June of next year, June of 27, and it remains to be determined whether you know, there will be another facilities agreement or not, but actually, two members of our board have been meeting with the BCS board, so there has been work going on behind the scenes.
Thank you.
The speaker indicated that there had been a decline of enrollment of 1,300-ish people over the last several years. Does that number include, do we know whether that number is taking into account the students that are currently at Wallace Charter?
I don't believe so.
Right, because I think we peaked in enrollment in 2014 or so, and we were at like 4,000 some, and now we're at 3,000 some. So I think we've lost about 1,000 students over the last 12 years.
Not including the students.
And not counting BCS students, just LASD.
So the total enrollment of students at schools within the district boundary is
Is
100 less than
4,300.
Yeah,
so-
4,300.
So still within the number of students such that the 10 site is required. Yes.
I mean, my only comment would be that I don't think anybody's fast tracking anything. We made a decision, we made it as a board a while ago, and this just keeps things moving forward. It's not really doing anything out of the ordinary, so. And I think it was a very carefully considered decision. And again, if people in the public want to reach out to me or any other board member, I believe we're all happy to have a conversation.
Thank you for reiterating that. I agree with you. I just wanted to elevate that we're fast tracking, as has been alleged. We are very much on schedule, and I'm really, really grateful for that, because if we were to slow things down or not be on schedule, the costs are just going up and up and up. And I think that by us staying on schedule, we're able to stay within our budget. You know, Eric and Carrie were not here in our district when we passed Measure N in 2014. I had co-chaired that campaign with Jessica Spicer, and I don't want to call it the tagline, but the thing that we said over and over again is 10 schools, 10 campuses. And that was 2014. And now we're in 2026, and I am so glad that we're actually able to make good on that promise. Because do you need some water? No, I have. Okay. I'm really glad we're able to make good on that promise, because I don't think it's fair or appropriate for BCS students or for LASD students to continue sharing campuses to the extent that they have been. And the impact that it's had on the LASD program. We have been wanting to move to the middle school model for a very long time, and we have not been able to do so because of the current model of sharing campuses. And so I'm really excited that, yes, BCS students get a campus,
for their exclusive use, well, the majority of them. And I'm very excited that LASD students can have the program that we have, the academic program that we've been wanting to give them for a long time. So I know this is an action item and we will vote on this, but I'm very excited to vote yes to delegate authority so that we can continue to move forward as we have been. But I do agree with you, Jim, there's so much misinformation and so much. So anyway, let's call it misinformation. I don't want to get into the math that people are doing. So I do recommend that any member of the public reach out to the board. We would be very happy to meet with you and talk to you. And Stella, to your point, you know, on the negotiating team, the BCS folks have been very good to work with, and hopefully those conversations will continue. They have been productive thus far. And so I'd like to see that continue. We'll move on to the vote now. If there's, oh, sorry, if there's no other further comments, sorry. Okay. May I have a motion to authorize the superintendent or their designee to enter into general consulting services contracts for the San Antonio campus project?
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I don't know why your voices sound similar to tonight. They do, right? Okay, so I just knew. Is there any further board discussion? Okay. Motion to authorize the superintendent or their designee to enter into general consulting services contracts for the San Antonio campus project. It was made by Stella and seconded by Brandon. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Board policy review and approval, BP 9250, remuneration, reimbursement, and other benefits. The Board of Trustees, oh, sorry.
Here we go. So tonight we have in front of you for both review and approval, Board Bylaw 9250. This was updated in October of 2025 with AB 1390, which essentially revised compensation bands for publicly elected trustees. So tonight I'm recommending that you approve an increase, which would effectively increase the compensation for trustees in line with the new AB 1390.
Thank you. A clarifying question, anyone?
I'll just wait for comment.
Okay.
It's not really, it's
Okay.
kind of a question on comment.
Is there any public comment request for comment? Great, public comment is now closed. Further board discussion.
When I was looking at that, it's based on ADA and there's a
Correct.
range.
Correct.
And we did not max out the range, but
No,
we are
not even
within the
close.
range.
Yep.
And based on our size, and I
Correct.
know there's a lot of stuff that go, or there's charts somewhere that specify that, but that's kind of how we land. That's how,
Correct. The
Okay.
number is not an arbitrary number. It falls within the guided, so the,
and it's not the maximum. that
correct,
we
the
can-
range under 1390 ranges from $600 to $4,500 a month.
Okay,
But the 4,500 is for school
For
districts with
very large.
many more students.
but even for,
Correct.
when I was looking at the ADA charts, like for a school district of our size in ADA. I think you can go as high as 1,500 without any questions, and we are not doing that.
Don't believe that that's accurate.
Okay, I don't,
Yeah.
okay,
I looked it up because I also thought it was a different number, but then I found 1,200.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
believe
maybe
it's
I was looking
1,200.
at something old, okay. All right, so we are within our
ADA
ADA,
range,
Okay.
yes.
all right,
I think this is a great policy. I mean, part of the work of a board member isn't just showing up to these meetings, which is a large part of it.
Yeah.
But it's all the meeting, the pre-prep that we do. It's all the stuff that we do out on the campuses, out in the community, advocating for our students in Sacramento and sometimes Washington, DC. There is definitely a lot of work that board members do. And in order to do that work, some folks may need to hire a babysitter. Some folks may need to find someone to make it. we want to make sure, I feel like approving this tonight is a huge step toward equity and allowing more people to consider running for school board if it wasn't going to be a financial hardship on it. So I'm very glad that we were brought this before. So thank you so much.
I think that's an important point, right? I mean, I think. None of us here are here because of this sort of future.
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
Change, right? But it is important to
Right.
incentivize future versions of ourselves. Yes.
Obviously. And to be quite frank, like, it's wonderful that we are going that we are voting on this is before us tonight. It's still not enough money to convince someone to run for school board, you know what I mean? Like, it's still not like a lucrative money-making opportunity, but it does level the playing field in terms of who can serve on a school board. So I do appreciate it from that perspective. But that's true, none of us are here for the big bucks,
Yeah.
so. All right, did I take, I'm so sorry, I can't remember if I took public comment.
You
I
did take public comment and there was.
There
none.
was none, okay. Thank you. We are in board discussion now. Is there any further comments on this? Okay, great. May I have a motion to approve the updates to board bylaw 9250 remuneration reimbursement and other benefits? Moved. Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
That's okay.
Thank you, Jim. Is there any further board discussion on this item? Okay. Motion to approve updates to BB 9250 remuneration reimbursement and other benefits was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Thank you very much for bringing it up.
Absolutely.
We are moving on to resolution number 25/26-22, declaration of need for fully qualified educators.
Yes, so this is a routine item that comes before you at the end of every school year as we ensure we are fully staffed for the coming school year. It's kind of a hodgepodge of things from some misassignments, and you might remember earlier in the school year, you provided an opportunity, passed I can't remember if it was a resolution or something, a new board policy around us being able to kind of have a homegrown way for teachers to be authorized within a particular subject area that might be an outlier. So this tonight also allows us to be able to hire interns who are qualified to fill a position, to cover those who might not have their EL authorization because they moved in from another state. There's kind of a hodgepodge of things, but we appreciate you approving resolution 25/26-22.
Thank you. Are there any clarifying questions from the board? Are there any requests for public comment? No. Public comment is now closed. I'm going to cross it off so I know. Any further board discussion? No. Okay, great. Then may I have a motion to approve resolution number 25/26-22, declaration of need for fully qualified educators.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any further board discussion? No. All right, motion to approve resolution number 25/26-22, declaration of need for fully qualified educators was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. This is a resolution, so I'll take roll call vote. Jim?
Yes.
Stella?
Yes.
Brandon?
Yes.
Sorry. Shelley Cirque also vote yes. Motion passes unanimously.
Do you need water?
You think I think so. I called on myself for that vote. I don't know where my head was. Our next item is amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with superintendent of schools.
Yeah, so I will kind of batch these and then you can approve them separately, but items 11, 12, and 13 is an amendment for simply for the time we're adding on 1 year to each of our contracts, my contract, Eric's contract, and Carrie's contract. There's no financial impact, there's no salary increase, nothing. It's just simply rolling us forward a year. So we have a 3-year contract in place.
Thank you. Any clarifying questions? So I'll go through the.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
quickly. Any clarifying questions from the board on the superintendent contract? Nope. Are there any requests for public comment? No, public comment is now closed. Any further board discussion? No. Oh, yes, Stella, sorry.
I just wanted to say I found it very reassuring to look at these contract renewals because it goes through 29 and we have such big changes coming up. And I just was like, oh, yes, this 3-year contract, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Funny.
Right, well, okay, we have a motion to approve the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with the superintendent of schools.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jim. Is there any further board discussion? Okay, motion to approve the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with the superintendent of schools was made by Stella, seconded by Jim. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously.
You.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Next up is Dr. Bosco's contract, same deal.
Any clarifying questions? Nope. Any requests for public comment? Nope. Any further board discussion? Nope. Okay. Then may I have a motion to approve the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with the Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. May I have a second?
Sir.
Thank you, Brandon. Is there any further board discussion? Okay, motion to approve the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with the Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services was made by Stella, seconded by Brandon. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Congratulations to you. Thank you for sticking it out with us. Next is the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with Assistant Superintendent Business Services. Any clarifying questions? No. Are there any requests for public comment? No. Any further board discussion? No. Okay. Then may I have a motion to approve the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with the Assistant Superintendent Business Services.
So moved.
Thank you, Stella. You have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Brandon. Any further board discussion? Motion to approve the amendment to the 2025-28 employment agreement with the Assistant Superintendent Business Services was made by Stella, seconded by Brandon. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you for your service today. On to board and administration comments. Gabby, you want to kick us off?
Thank you. I just want to thank our human resources team for the work that they put into that community input for the principal position, both Valerie, Roger, Sandra was involved, and Lindsay Harris. I also want to thank our panel from last week. We had about 11 school district staff, classified team members, teachers, psychologists, principals, but we also had 2 parents join us, Ginger Lee and Jack Lowe. It was just a wonderful experience, and we were very impressed by the candidates. We had 20 applicants in total, and we interviewed 3 very solid candidates. We're excited to, in the future, announce who the finalist is. I wanted to thank those folks for participating. Today, we also had our leadership team, so about 15 of our principals and district office, and Sandra meet with our finalists. So I just want to thank everyone for their participation there. Thank you for the contract renewal.
I want to thank Greg and Sarah G, who are not here. They are proud owners of a couple pages in the budget book. We put a nice chart in there on deeper learning. And so every year as we're going through the budget book, we try to change and tweak a couple things. So every year there's like a couple new pages. I want to thank the nice comment from Kimberly. Yes, we really love team business. It is a team effort. Elizabeth, Marcy and Sandra Bush are so critical in getting our agendas ready and posted. I want to thank Sandra and Marcy especially, and the team business team, and Elizabeth especially. And I really want to renew the contract, but then also for this governance team. We're having, I'm stuck on some sort of memes. I see all the stuff that goes on in the other places in the state, and I really, I'm very proud of our district and how well we operate as a team. And I want to thank this board for that. So thank you.
Well, we're very lucky to have a governance team that we do. I do feel it.
I just want to reciprocate all the gratitude And, you know, I'm very proud of our district and I love working on this board with all of you.
I would echo that. I think all of the work that the staff does, it makes themselves available to us, makes this, even though it takes a lot of time and effort, it makes it easier for us to serve our mission. And the only thing that I would say is I went to preschool graduation, the vegan graduation was great. A parent told me afterwards that Stella and I have to come every year for the next 3 years, so. You know what that was about, but. So hopefully you guys had fun at Block.
Nobody invited me to come back every month. I did. You did. I told you to come grab us. You did.
Yeah, echoing the comments from Stella and Jim, I went to the block graduation. Which was great. There were, 3 excellent student speakers. A great performance by the block choir. And the band also, orchestra, I guess, combination of band and orchestra. And I got to hand some diplomas to students that I've known for a long time.
That's always good.
Yeah, I think Stella said it best. I wanna like amplify and echo what Stella said. This is such a special governance team and such a special district to work in. It's just I think that's what makes me feel very protective of our district. So it's wonderful. And I think you can see when you go to the graduation, like when you see these kids who've come through our district, you know, and to see the young people that they become, and the block orchestra is award winning. I was like, wow, these sound so good. And principals, when it was like, yeah, they won awards. And like, that's really cool. But it's such a special graduation always puts a big lump in my throat because I wish we could keep them forever, but that would that would be very good. I don't know anybody now in the district. And so at the block graduation, I was able to give an award to it's not an award, the diploma to the last person that I know coming through the district. So now I'm gonna have to make friends with all your kids, but it is really special actually to be able to give that diploma to kids that you've seen come through the district since they were little, from the preschool graduations onwards. So thank you. Thank you to Marcy for an excellent year and for everything that you do. Things run smoothly because of you.
Yes.
And despite me, because of but Sandra and Carrie and Eric, thank you for a fabulous year, another wonderful year in LASD. I'm gonna go through some kind of withdrawal, not seeing you all for like 6 to 8 weeks, but I'll look forward to seeing you in August. All right, that's it, and that's a wrap. Thank you all.